Hi everybody, this is Rebecca Barkley, aka Boobop1987. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again. It is time for my next movie review to begin. And my next movie review it's going to be one of my most favorite films of all time. And truly one of the most underrated sequels of all time. Not just Taken 2, of course, because I still love Taken 2. It'll always have a special place in my heart. But this next movie review is going to be one of my most favorite sequels that has one of the best highlights ever. So for my next movie review is The Night in Museum 2, The Battle of Musuem. And I will say this movie rules. And it's way better than the first one, in my own opinion. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my next movie review of The Night in Museum 2, The Battle of Musuem. And so, my friends, let's head on to the plot before I can tell you what the heck do I think about this movie. So, the movie starts off, it took place 2 years later after Larry Daly rescued the museum from those evil night guards who took away the magic tablet that came from in the first movie. Larry Daly is starting a brand new life, a brand new chapter, and also doing his next job as some guy who's creating gadgets and all that stuff called the Daily Press. The Daily Press, I forgot what's it called, but anyway, his new life is pretty good so far, and it's becoming a big giant success for him after 2 long years had passed. While his new life is becoming a big giant success for him, he started to go back and visit his old friends at the World History Museum of World History, if you get the idea. He wants to visit his old friends, he wants to know how they're doing, and he didn't know that a couple of his friends are going to another museum somewhere around in the Washington, D.C. at Smithonian. And he tried really, really hard to tell somebody just to leave them alone and all that stuff, but sadly, some of them are taken away. And then this unfaithful day that Larry got a call from that cowboy guy, I forgot his name, it's Jecadiah or whatever. He said something that there's an evil pharaoh on the loose named Ra, and Ra is gonna come by and take over the world. So, you know, you could say the real world and the world history thing is in grave danger. So, I will say there's only a couple of questions remain in this movie. Will ever Larry Daly rescue his item friends from the wrath of Ra, or Ra's going to take over the world? Or what's going to happen to the world itself between world history and the real world? So anyway, that is my whole entire plot of The Night of the Museum 2, The Battle of Musuem. So anyway, ladies and dudes, what the heck do I think about this movie? Duh! I frickin' love it! This is one of the best sequels of all time. Hands down! It had a great storyline, great characters. I don't mind the CGI stuff. I love all the highlight moments that I see in the movie. And also, I really love the score. The score is pretty darn interesting as well. I mean, this is one of the best movies I have ever seen. And truly, this movie is way better than the first one. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest points of the movie. So I will say my strongest point of the movie is all the highlight moments that I have ever seen in this sequel. I mean, there are so many highlight moments that I freaking enjoyed of Night Museum 2, The Battle of Musuem. Let's see, I like the moment between when Oscar the Grouch and Darth Vader had decided to come over and see if they can join the Kamura group, but sadly they didn't. It was pretty cool. I love the moments of Abraham Lincoln. He was so darn funny, and I just love this highlight moment when he says, "You mean you're not the blah blah blah? I never lie!" I love that one. I love those cute little Einsteins who, I think they did a little thing or two. After all, those cute little Einsteins were freaking cute. I really love that. So, to tell you the truth, there are so many highlight moments that you can enjoy of this movie. It will make you laugh all the way through, from start to finish. And I will say, for the weakest point, I remember there was only one weak point in the movie, and let's just say it is an unknown question. Maybe an unknown question that I forgot to put in all the other unknown questions that I put from my unknown questions videos from many, many years ago. But my one big unknown question is, what the heck happened to Larry Daly's tie? You know, during the scene where he and Amelia Earhart were talking to those cute little Einsteins. I mean, his tie is missing. What happened to it? Did it disappear somewhere? I have no frickin' idea. So I will say the main weak point of the movie is, what the heck happened to Larry Daly's tie? I mean, he did not wear it all the way through until around the near end of the movie. So anyway, that's my strongest points and the weakest points of the movie. And now let's go on to the characters. And I will say there's so many characters to choose from. But let's go on to the 4 characters I enjoy the best. First one, I will go with the 3 supporting characters I freaking enjoyed the best in this movie. The first supporting character I really loved is Abraham Lincoln, and I do have him on this DVD. Well, I love this Abraham Lincoln. I think this Abraham Lincoln is definitely way better than Daniel Day-Lewis's Abraham Lincoln. I will say that Abraham Lincoln is so darn funny and so darn entertaining. And I love all the highlight moments of this guy. And I will say he's frickin' cool. So yeah, I love this Abraham Lincoln of all. And I will say for the Einsteins, they are so frickin' cute. I love every single Einstein I've seen in this movie. Even if they did have a few-minute role, except for that little purple short, you know which one I was talking about. I know that little Einstein had a little bit more of a role in the movie. But I will say those Einsteins were freaking cute. And I really loved the part when they sang, "That's the way, I like it, Oh yeah, those Einsteins are really cute. And I really enjoy a couple of highlight moments from them. And I also love this woman right here, Amelia Earhart. I will say for this character, she is very darn interesting. And I will say that Amy Adams did a pretty good job with this character. She's very pure-hearted, she's really strong, she's very supportive to Larry Daly of this wonderful adventure that she had ever been in her life. She's a very interesting character overall. And let's go on to the main character of the movie is Larry Daly, played by Ben Stiller. I will say for Larry Daly, he is one of the most greatest characters I have ever seen in my life. I will say this is Ben Stiller's best movie in my opinion. He's really strong, he's very supportive, and he'll do anything to rescue his friends from the evil Komuro. I mean, Ben Stiller is truly the best. I will say the Night Museum saga might be his best films that he ever done. And yes, I heard, rumor has it, there's going to be a Night of the Museum 3. I'm not sure what the story is going to be about, but we'll wait and see what happens when the time comes, I guess. But anyway, let's go ahead and I'll tell you about my final thoughts of this movie. Overall, The Night Museum 2, The Battle of Musuem is such a great movie. It had a good storyline, great characters. I love the CGI stuff. I love all the highlight moments in this film. It had a really interesting score, and I love all the details of the movie. I just love it, all the above. I will say this is one of the best sequels of all time, and I really do enjoy it overall. So, for my rating for 1 to 10, I decided to give it a 9 out of 10. You have better watch this movie to believe it. If not, I'm sure a couple of Larry Daly's friends is going to take you down for the count if you get the story. So anyway, ladies and dudes, that is my other movie review of The Night Museum 2, The Battle of Musuem. I hope you enjoyed this list, and I'm sorry if I made a mistake or two. Once again, you know me, I always make some mistakes if I do my next movie review, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this movie review, and join me next time for my next one. And it's going to be one of the most coolest science fiction films of all time. So for my next movie review is Tron Legacy. So be prepared for that movie to come, and I'll see you all later. Sayonara.